Good evening and welcome back. So, it's sadly still way too hot here, so I might be a bit off in some cases, but let's see. I'm not sure if I want to do anything on houses here. I was thinking of maybe adding another mechanic kind of to the game. And that would be either ladders and ladder climbing or climbing in general. So I'm not 100% sure how far I want to go in that regard. Because if I have if I were to go as far as Conan is going, then I might have less problems with it's kind of holes that you can fall into because you can just climb out. But then I would have problems with kind of the end of the map. Let's load those. Even though I could kind of add something that makes specific area non-climbable. Could kind of add something here around the area that I don't need, and then kind of do something similar to what Conan was doing, or is still doing, for their map borders. Despite the fact that it would just be a magic barrier that you can't go through and not something that kills you. Not sure. Let's try to create a simple ladder system. I watched earlier, I looked through the animations that I have here, and there's nothing really for ladder climbing. The only bits of climbing that I have are these. Just more of a big steps and climbing over a small obstacle, but it's kind of what I have there. Climb running 1 meter. Yeah, no. Climb down. Yeah, I mean, this could work, but it's more kind of stairs or something like that. Steps. So I need to ignore that part at the moment. Let's just start with something simpler. So let's go to blueprints and let's create a folder. Create a ladder here. Let's see. The ladder would be blueprint class, but it would be an int structure. Yeah, would be based on an interaction base actor here, so that I have all the stuff with the icons and the hover over and stuff like that already in there. So I don't need to create that. Okay, let's see, that would be the letter. And the other thing is, okay, we already have a static mesh here that we can use, which is good. Hello, how are you? So, let's see. I don't think if I have a letter here somewhere. Maybe in here. Let's see, interior kit, meshes. There's something upstairs. Nope. Props. Letters. Yeah, let's take this as just as an example here. I'm good, but it's still way too hot here, but apart from that, I'm good. Okay, let's take that one. Okay, let's add box collision to it. And make this bigger here. This is still the old stuff here. Hi Liz, how are you? That's from the old asset pack. This is the 3D Forge stuff. Just using those atlases. Fine, apart from the temperatures. It's still over 30 degrees Celsius here, and that's too hot for me. I mean, at the moment it has cooled down a bit. So it's at 30, but it's still too much. The overlay game? It's an awesome idea. Okay. So let's add events, begin and end overlap. don't think... Don't think we need anything else here. We don't need those. The begin play I will leave in because it's might have something in this one, which I can't access here. That's okay. Okay, so the other actor, cast to first person character. And then on the first person character we need to create some variables. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I also didn't understand most what he was talking about, but it looked like he was creating some kind of overlay game. The hell? No. So let's see. On interaction actor clicked. So if we click on that, then this is happening. Yep. Okay, so let's create a variable here. It would be is on ladder. And let me change my scrolly text here so that you know what I'm doing. Or what I'm trying to do. Let's call it that way. Okay. So this is here. Let's compile that. And here. So if we are overlapping, then we are on the ladder. Let's set this to true. And if we aren't overlapping, set this to false. Let's compile that. And let's see. Let's move it forward slightly. A bit more so that we have a lot of space around here. The box might be a bit small, but we can check that if it's enough or not. Okay, let's see. So we are on the box, and this is set to true. So let's go back in here. I think I need to change the movement stuff here. Okay, this would completely break my layout here. But okay, let's move this out and make this a bit bigger. So if we are not on the ladder, we want to move normally. Oh, we need to do the same down here. So if that is false, you want to do this. And if it's true, we don't want to use move left or right. Unless we want to, if we are on the ladder, we want to go left, right to kind of fall from the ladder. But I can add that in later. So let's see. So this would be the normal stuff here. So what do we want to change if we are on the ladder? So I think the first thing we want to change is the movement mode. So we need the character movement component here and set movement mode. And set this to flying. No, not falling, flying. That's the one. Okay, and then watched a video tutorial earlier for this, but even though it's not that long ago, I completely forgot everything already. So this will be chaotic, but everything I do is chaotic, so it's okay. So now we need to tell them that the move forward should be okay. Yeah, we need to have the capsule component. Get up back to character. And then get that value there. Let's see what this is doing. So let's see where did I put this letter? So if I throw this in here somewhere, which I can't for some reason. There we go. Let's see what if that is doing anything already. So, oh, okay. It's not doing anything. Oh, it is doing something. Problem is we are not changing the mode, so we are still flying. And I should have put this somewhere else so that the doors don't freak out. Okay, so first step is working. So if we leave the area, we definitely need to change the mode here. So this is good. Movement component. Okay, so get character movement component. Get character movement. That's the one we want. And put that to walking. So we get out of the box, then we should go back to walking, so fall down. So let's try this. Okay, so it's doing it, but problem with this is it's based on the interaction base actor, so I definitely need to set a data ID here for this and set the world mesh there. So let's do that. Let's create a new one. And let me just set it there. Let's see. That didn't work. Why did that not work? Because I didn't set this one in here. So it's 416 as condition. No, we don't need that. And okay, play. And now we have a letter there. Okay, so that's a letter that we don't really interact with. So it doesn't have the normal interaction. Click on it. So if we accidentally walk past this, then we use it, which is not a good thing. Sorry about that. Let's put the letter somewhere else. So we don't have those sounds. Let's put it here. Yeah, let's put it here so that we can climb over the fence there. And I need to move it to another level here. Let's see, this would be this one, I think. Yeah. Okay. The sound is the doors opening. But the problem is it's not played once. It's the door opening, door closing. But in some cases the NPCs get stuck in the door. So it's opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. And in a really rapid progression after each other. So it's overlapping a lot. And that's the kind of snaring sound that was there. Let's move this down a bit. So it's not playing the clip completely, but it's playing only parts of it and too close to each other, so it's just causing problems. But okay, the ladder is working. But like I said earlier, if you just walk past the ladder, we also use it, which I don't want. So let's see. Do we have... okay. Now we do have a problem here, so... So let's have a look. So the only thing that we set is the is on ladder. But I think we need to do more. So let's add another variable here. Actually, is climbing ladder, and only if that one is true. I want to do all this here. So in here, add a branch. Check if we are on the ladder or not. So if we are not on the ladder, we just end this. And if we are on the ladder, we set this one here to true. So if we click on it, then we can set this to true, and over here we set this to false again. So if we are no longer in the overlapping box here, then this is set to false. The only issue is that we don't see the interaction icon. I need to check something. How do I do my doors? Okay, so we need this event. Hello, how are you? Okay. Data. Yeah, here we need to set the the right icon. So we need to do this here, but I think I just copy this part and put it in here. Because it's basically the same. Because I don't have a specific interaction type here for using ladder, so I'm just doing use. And progress, there's progress, but I recently kind of killed my houses here because I kind of resized the pieces I use for the house, the modular pieces, and that broke my script here to create the houses. But I need to do the houses in as a mesh anyway at some point. So I think the easiest way to do now is to see how big the houses need to be, make proper floor plans, and then kind of work from that and try to do something. Let me show you something, even though it's really small. Let me check something really quick. Okay, so let me check if that works. Even though I hate that thing. No. Oh, there it is. Hello. I'm not sure if you can see that in the corner left there. I made really small sketches for houses. Yeah. So those are my houses. But I will turn the camera off again because I'm sweaty as hell because it's way too hot here and I hate to have the camera on. So bye bye camera voice. So camera is off again. Okay. Yes, there's a real person on the other end. Okay, so yeah, I made small sketches for the houses, but they are really small and I'm kind of, the thing is, the game is based on a D&D session and I'm using kind of the same approach for my houses with floor plans and stuff like that. But I need to create a lot of floor plans for all the houses. So that's something that will take time, and then I will work with that over time and kind of recreate the houses again. Even though it's easy for... where are we? It's easy for these here, for these small houses. That's the two that I have there already. But if we go to something like this here, the mayor's house or the town hall, or this here, even though I have never really created the layout for this, or the absolute monster over here, the brewery. This could take slightly longer to create proper floor plans and proper measurements and stuff like that. As you can see, all the props that I had in here are completely in the wrong places, and the area I assigned to this is not the right size anymore. So I completely broke my houses basically with just a simple number change from 2.5 meters wall length to 2 meters wall length, and everything broke. So yeah, and I think I will go with 2 meters by 2 meters for my floors here. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I would do as well. Even though I want to figure out if I can reuse the data that I have here, so that I don't need to completely rebuild the houses. That would be awesome if I can do that. But for that I need to create the modular pieces, which I haven't done yet. Today I wanted to do something else first. I wanted to try and figure out if I can create ladders. Where is it? Here we go. But the issue at the moment is that I just started this. And the issue is, at the moment it's not doing anything at all. That's good. So if we click on this, okay, now we can use it. And okay, now we are this, but I think I fixed this. Okay, yeah, I fixed this. So earlier it was the way that if we walked past this, so basically walked into the trigger here, we would be locked to the ladder. But the issue is, since we are using, I think, 2 different colliders here, we don't get the interaction icon. So that's kind of annoying. Let's see, how can I fix that? Can I tell this box to ignore race? Responses. Ignore for the camera. Overlap, block. Okay, let's try that. Nope. It's still not working. Which is a bit annoying. I mean, if I click it, then I get this, which is also annoying. So I might need to kind of change that so we the show hover icon, and I think we need to override the click event here. Event, yeah, I think we need to do this. Now we shouldn't get the message box there if we click it. Yeah. Okay, because we basically overrode this one here. Open parent and editor. Yeah, here we have the successful interaction and failed interaction stuff in here. That's what we needed for that. Yeah, I took my time with them at some point. But the problem is that the rest doesn't fit to that design. So I either need to create, either need to change this, or need to create my wall pieces the same way so that they fit together. No, it's fine. It's completely fine. I just need to figure out how I can block the raycast on this box here. And also this should be static. And this should not be movable. Strange. Okay. Wait, let's put it there and make it static. Yeah. Let's see. So collision preset. Wait, I thought I changed that. So let's make this custom. So what do we want? We want to ignore trace responses. And we only want to overlap the pawn and ignore all the rest. Yeah, let's try that. Let's compile. Okay, it's not doing that. How did I do this here? So the hover icon. Oh, wait, I think I'm doing this. Where is it? No, So get item over crosshair. Okay, so it takes the whole thing and it needs the trace channel visibility on that. Which, wait. Yeah, this should block all, so it should give us thing. So let's see. So the mechanic works, but the indication to the player that it's possible doesn't work. That's the only issue here at the moment. So let's see. Event hammer. Let's see. Let's create a static event for the custom event here. Let's see. How about begin? Oh, could have also just called that, okay. So we don't need that. Compile. Let's see if we get something from that. Nope, nothing. Nothing at all. Though if you click it, you can walk up. That's strange. Why are you stuck up there? And oh, Okay, I thought the eyes were broken because most of them he had yellow eyes, but it's not the case. It's just strange coincidence. Okay. So how do we do this best? I mean, what I could do is change this here to an actor and then implement the interface on this here. But then I would need to change the way this is working here. Because at the moment we can just keep it at this here because it's inheriting from interaction base actor. So so I have this on success, yeah. So how do we ignore the box but still get the interaction here? Because the trigger box is kind of blocking the trace. If I keep this as custom, we don't even get it if we interact with it in other cases. So for the door, how did I do this? Oh, I changed this for the door. Still want to use the door. Let's check if the doors still work. Oops. So that I didn't kill those. But okay, we had a box here that would be added as a trigger, okay. So I think we need to add another one to the ladder. So we need to add a component here. Box collision. Let's skip it. It's the hover collider, not Hiver collider, hover collider. And let's just this there. And the extents would be Oh. 50, so this should cover the whole thing there, and this is overlap all dynamic. So let's see if we get something from that. No. But this thing still works. Wait. No. Doesn't. It's causing problems. Or maybe I'm not doing anything at the moment. It's moving up on its own. That's not good. Let's move this back a bit. Let's see. No. This scale, surface snipping 1. That's what I wanted. Oh, wait, we had this for a second there. Okay. Let's do something else. Let's remove this one. And let's make this one. So if we are overlapping, then I want to have this happen here. Let's remove that. Oh, I didn't even set this right here, so this should do the hover begin. And here we should have on hover end. There we go. And now there we go. Let's see, maybe that works. No. But we kind of are able to use it. Stupid ladder. so this is, yeah, generate overlapping events, overlap all dynamic. So do anything different here? No. It's doing the same. The issue is if we are... Yeah, no. Doesn't do anything here if we are hovering over it. It did it the first time, but that's kind of a bug I have in the whole system. Let's see. So if we what kind of events do we have there? Let's see. Interaction. So we have the clicked, hover, begin, hover, end. Because I'm thinking about maybe removing the hover box here completely. Or just make it small so that it's on the ladder. Let's see, so... And why do I have this here? That's wrong anyway. So let's compile that. I could also set the box extents to the extents of the bounds of the ladder we are using. So if I want to change it to a different ladder, then it would set this to them. Oh wait, no. I don't even need that, to be honest. I don't even need the box. Let's delete that. We don't need that because we can just click on the thing itself. So let's do something else here. On begin play, let's do this. And then here, now let's do the cast to let's do that, and then let's promote this to a variable here. Player-ref. Oh, we already have that here. Yeah, we already have a player reference. Somewhere in here. Okay, then we don't need this. Yes. Set player reference. Because I'm not sure if I'm setting this somewhere else, so let's set this in here. And then I can do this here a bit differently. And then we can delete all that stuff. Okay, so if we are clicking on this, then we are on the ladder. And now I just need to add something on top of the ladder that will, if we enter that, then we have reached the top. So we do need a box here, so let's add a box collision, but we don't need this down there, we need it up here. So if we hit that, and the other actor is equal to our player reference. And all this here is happening. Let's see if that changes stuff. Okay, the interaction here is a bit problem. And now we are stuck. Yeah, okay, I need to set this not here, but this needs to be here. So once we are up and over, this should happen. Not if we are up here. Only if we are past this point. So let's put it here maybe. Okay, that's an issue. I mean, I created some kind of flying mode, so because now we can only move up and down. But that's not what I want. Okay. And the other thing is let's see. Yeah, no, this is already too much. Okay. So that doesn't really work. I mean, we get the nice hover icon, but the whole system is broken now. So let's move this back here. And change this. So we don't need this. And okay, we do need this part, but not that result here. certain connections to this one. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Now we have the same problem that the system works, but don't know that we need to click this. And calling this here doesn't also work, I think. So let's try that again, but kind of doubt that. I mean, another thing is that we are climbing the ladder far too fast, so it's another thing I need to change here. So the axis value here I need to change. Let's see. Promote variable, climb speed, modifier. If I compile this should be 0.1. Yeah. Okay, I think that's better. The only thing is the interaction here. That's the indicator that you can climb the thing, but let's see. Let's just try that and see if we can get this text showing up. Okay, we're already too close to it. So it's not doing any interaction here. It's the raycast. Change on this. Don't think we changed anything on this. Let's close it. Okay, so the door. Okay, the door only has the box for the villagers. I'm doing the rest otherwise. So, I mean, what I could do to make this kind of easier, or yeah, no, that's also not. I could kind of, if we click it. Oh, let's try to removing this and see what we get. Maybe that's the issue. Even though... Yeah. Okay, and now we can climb. The problem is it's doing this for every letter we encounter, so... That's really annoying. Let's do this. And can I call the parent? No. How do I do this? Does anyone know? How can I get a note like that? So that I'm calling the parent and then do something else. For this. Can I get a parent here? Variables, utilities. this is basically the same, but there should be a better way to do this. I hope. No, this is no, that's something I created. No, that doesn't work there. Just saw where it came from. No, that doesn't work. No. It's uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Do I need overwriting here? Yes, I do. Yeah, let's just overwrite that on the letter. Let's also comment this. Cap overlap. Okay, so we don't care about any items in the inventory for the ladder. So let's just do let's do branch here. Let's check if we are already on the ladder. And if that's true, then we do nothing, and if it's not true, we have the successful interaction here. So that once we are already close enough to it, we don't get that anymore. Just walk up to it. No, let's change this. So if we are close to it, we get the successful interaction. If we are not close to it, we get the failed interaction. This is still really annoying, to be honest, but maybe it works. So, on clicked. So now I need to change the data. That's the failure text we get, and this text here should be empty, and I need to add something to that. So if that text is empty, we shouldn't get the message there. Let's see. Yeah, I need to add this for both of them, so let's create a function. Yeah, let's create a function here. If interaction text is empty, and here we are getting input. Direction. Every time. Branch. Okay. So, let's get this. Let's break this. And here we want to check images here. So here we check if this is empty. And here we check if this is empty. And then we have a return note here. Okay, so we need to have, does it need to be a macro? I think so. Can the macro have more than one? Yes. Okay. I need to delete this. Let's add this in here. Done this. Okay. Okay, so that didn't work. Awesome. Why did that not work? Is it this one here? Probably. Oh, yeah. I also need to add this as a pin, which would change this here. So the condition here is true, here it's false. Compile that. Okay, the problem is if we hit this by accident, then we can't really get out of it. So I might need to add something else to that. Okay. Might need to add a different interaction for these. Not use all that stuff. Let's see. What kind of inputs do we have here? Okay, I have the compass on C. I was thinking of maybe adding a climb mode. So if I press C and I shoot out a ray, short bit front of the character. If it hits something, then we can climb it. But then I would need to add the compass to something different, which I might do. And this would be kind of like this, where I'm kind of toggling the climb mode, and then this would be up and down, and this would still be the left and right. Yeah. Problem is climbing over something would can climb up things, but I would never be able to climb over things because I would need to yeah, no, this wouldn't work because I would have to have triggers on top of every element that would deactivate the climb mode, or you need to deactivate it on your own, but still hit kind of the platform on top. So no, I don't think this works. It's universal climb mode, but let's see. I mean, I could do something else here. So basically, if I'm overlapping, I could so I could do this, and I could add something to that. Begin overlap. We are not doing the hover begin here, but we are just doing this. And let's see. And we could add something to our HUD. So if we are able to climb something, then HUD icon would pop up, and then you can click and climb. Once you're out of that area, it would disappear again. Let's see if we can do that. And we can still have this here, but this would only give us the text that we need to be close to this, and then we can click it. And this here wouldn't do anything anymore. So here we need, we can also do this. Okay, so open up the HUD. First person HUD. No, that's not it. It's this here. Okay, so I might just either copy this or change this. I think I want to do that, so here we have the this ID event to exploration trigger touched. Yeah, no, that's No, I think we need to do something different for that, but it would be probably in the same spot. So let's make a copy of this. Let's paste this. Oh. No, let's put this to 0, 0. And have this. At minus 20. Minus 20. And did I change anything on this? Probably. Oh. Size to content. Yeah, and I also need to have a better icon here because this is too small. At some point I need to hire someone to create icons for me. Let's see what we get. UI textures. Do I have anything here that I can use for the data? Probably not. Nope. Let's use something that with a lot of squinting might look like a ladder. Even though, no. It looks more like a barrel or something like that, but okay. Let's see. Let's have this there, and then we need to add something to this. Event graph. Okay, so in here I need to make sure that this is hidden. Visibility hidden, okay. Set this to visible. And hide it. So this is okay. Exploration, feedback. Direction feedback. And ladder feedback here. Okay, let's compile that. And then in here. Let's get hard reference. Show the ladder icon here. And hide the ladder icon. Okay. Let's see if we can get that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, the problem is here we are still on that, but it wouldn't be the case if we have another mesh that's blocking this on top here, so it should be okay. Yeah. Okay, so that system works. Let's comment this. I also need to add that yes, I do. I am changing the movement mode to flying, and I'm removing the left and right movement, and changing forward and back input into up and down. And once I'm off the ladder, I'm putting it back to the walking movement mode. So now I have this thing here which doesn't need to be a ladder. It could also be something completely different, kind of rope, vines, or whatever, that we can walk up to and then climb up. I think we can also climb down, but only to a specific point, so I need to make sure that we can come back from that. That's the only issue at the moment. If we are on the ladder, the only way is up at the moment. Unless I'm putting the ladder up into the air somewhere. So there's no way to cancel the interaction here. Okay, so let's put that in. So if we are climbing the ladder, so if we are on the ladder and we are clicking it, then I want to cancel the movement. So basically I want to do this. Which would cause a lot of problems here. So if I just change the movement mode, I think I'm screwing myself here. Yeah. I mean, we can just try it. So let's see. We have the player reference here. Let's see what's happening if we do this. Okay, so now I am climbing up and I'm clicking again. No. Yeah, okay. So if I'm clicking, I'm stopping, but I'm yeah, I know this. I'm not screwing myself, but this is kind of, since it's doing this here, it's kind of canceling itself out again. So basically ignores this. So if I change this for a second, I'm stopping, but then I'm back into it because I'm still in the volume in the box. So I need to kind of throw myself out of the box if I'm clicking. So let's see. How would I do that? And the other thing is, that's totally not intuitive, I think. The whole system is not intuitive, but if I'm not doing this with clicking and just with overlapping, then I have the problem that I can't get past letters anymore because I would just walk up them. So so let's remove this. And another thing that I still need to put into this system is animations, but I'm not doing that today. Because I need to figure out a way to trigger animations and play them at the right time and kind of create montages that work for the letter that I have, and I don't know. Or for the object we are climbing. So, nope. Yeah, the issue is that we are kind of stuck. If we walk up to the ladder and click it, then we need to climb it, basically. Now we can still walk away. But if we click it, then we can climb it, or we can move up and down on it. Let's call it that way. Because that's not really climbing, because we are not moving really. But the issue is that we are stuck here. So if halfway up I think, oh no, I didn't want to get up here, then you can't do that. Even though it's not an action game, so there are no consequences basically. But so basically on top of this you can just jump down and nothing bad happens. Makes the whole thing slightly clunky, but it's something I can live with for the moment. Okay, so that means the ladder works. We have an indication that we are on the ladder. Although we might stop slightly earlier here, so then if we click we can climb up. Yeah, okay, the issue is we need to get really close. At least on this one. So, let's see. Let's just throw a floor piece there. Just want to check if this works nicely enough. Yep. That works. Okay. So let's remove those. So, ladder is done. Pending feedback and stuff like that, but ladder is done for the moment. So, see. Just checking notes here if I need to do anything else. Yeah, the other thing I need to do is kind of design more of the houses and then add more house pieces to it, because at the moment I'm missing pieces here. I mean, the house itself works, but I want kind of a corner piece here, and then kind of have it halfway here, halfway there, and then a diagonal wall, or wall running here, and the window would be on that wall if I had a window on it and stuff like that. So I want different pieces for the corners, so that I can have round corners, have those corners, have these corners here and stuff like that. So, and for that I need to fix all these pieces here. Okay, so let's jump into Blender and have a look at that. Oh, I did, from the last stream I started this table here. I kind of removed the legs because they were too small, kind of, and I wanted to do something different with them. And I also played around with barrel design here, but that's kind of just the beginning of a barrel, but it's, I think the proportions are off on it. But let's not do that today. Let's open up these here. Those are the old houses. Let's hide those. Okay. What I was working on was the foundation corner here, but the problem is that the placement of them was off. I don't really know why. So the floor is there, and there should be no overlapping, no issues here if I have the floor and set the basement mesh to the same thing, basically. So I don't know why this is causing problems. Probably because this thing might be broken. Because I don't know what this is. Don't think I did anything to them that makes sense for that. Let's see, the scale is correct. The dimensions are correct. And the location here should be okay. So if I'm setting those to let's set this there. Snap those here. And let's change the origin to the 3D cursor. I think that might be the issue that I had there. The origin was off. Let's export those out. And I need to change my scrolly text again. Foundation corner. Let's do the proper export here. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Let's close all these windows here. Don't need those. And let's re-import that. Okay, so it is off. Let's see why. Because I really want to try to use this blueprint. Because I don't want to build the houses from scratch. So we don't need the balcony pieces. Don't need roof pieces at the moment. Don't need that. Don't need that. Set basement mesh, that's what I was looking for. So the basement mesh is setting the floors here. And okay, here we are just taking the kind of coordinates and making a vector out of it. So I might need to get this here. Copy that. Because I'm doing the set wall transform. Yeah, I think I need to change this here because this is adding an offset to it. Yeah, here we are adding an offset. I think, yes. I can just remove that, which would break even more stuff around here, but let's see. We have a different angle there, and we don't need to add this anymore. Let's just do that. And that might break a lot of stuff. But I think it's okay. Because it was already completely broken, so it's It's okay. Yeah, okay. So now the basement pieces and the floor pieces work. Now I just need to make the walls work again. So the walls need to get the same offset on the mesh itself. Wait, no, let's no, let's do this. Yeah, the problem is, yes, I think this is correct what I did here. I was thinking of changing this and have the wall transform there and then change the change this here so that I'm not doing the wall transform, but we don't need that. So let's see. Set floors. I think there was an issue here with the floors. So if this is bigger than 0, and yeah, that's the issue. I think I can remove that branch here because if I jump to the brewery, you can see that this is causing issues here. This is supposed to be the basement, so it's below below the 0, but it's causing problems there. The upper floors should work, but oh no, wait, does it work for the ceilings only? Yeah, I think it's having issues here in different ways. Okay. No, I think it's fine if I'm removing this. Just try that. Let's only take that. Yeah, that fixed the issue here. The floor's not in the right spot. I mean, it caused other issues here, but okay, so now I need to add the offset to the walls. Let's do that. Even though I want to change the walls slightly, so because I'm still using the old wall pieces here, and those have a bit of a different dimension here. So Let's see. And we also get the pillars in wrong places now. I think the first thing I want to fix is the stairs. So let's jump to the stairs, because that's also basement stuff. Fix one area first, so let's take the stairs. That's the wrong kind of stair. Outside straight, yeah, that's the one. And then move that one here. And we also need to change the dimension. The hell? Okay, so this dimension here is that one. Okay, so let's apply the scale. And now it needs to be in the right spot. Okay, yeah, that's a problem here. It's too. Okay, so where does this need to snap? Because we have this kind of overlapping here that's causing issues. I think there might be okay. Even though, no. Let's get the small piece here. Yeah. Needs to snap to that. Okay. And now the pivot needs to be there. Or the origin here. So let's move it there. So we don't have an offset. And let's export this out. This would be my stairs. Let's see, did I call them here? Okay, stairs 2. Those are the correct ones. Okay. Let's re-import those. And they're in place. Okay. So the foundation pieces look okay. Apart from the fact that the floor might not have the right size, and all the pieces might not be the right ones, but the rest should be okay. Because as you can see, we have 12 cells here, and the cell numbers are also kind of off, and we might need 2 more maybe to fill out the same area again. So the whole thing is slightly off in all dimensions. But for that I need to create proper floor plans and then kind of recreate those buildings. Okay, let's fly over to the town and see if we can at least set the data for one of these. Okay, before we do that, let's get the walls in the right spot. Let's see, the walls. What kind of walls am I using here? I think I'm using the this one. Yeah, okay, this is an offset. Also have as an offset. Okay. No. Inside door frame. Okay, so now I need to make sure that these pieces work correctly. Let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Do I still have... no. Do have this one, so I can use this to give them the right dimensions there. So let's move this here. There. And then I wanted to do something here. Let's hide the door frame for the moment. Okay, what I wanted to do here was kind of creating full block for the door, so it would be kind of look like this here. Walls. Kind of like that. So if I move them to the same kind of pivot point, then they would snap in place and would combine basically with the other piece. So this is an outside wall piece, and there's a corresponding inside piece for this as well. So problem is they are not caught like that. They have, let's see, is this one? No, it's not. But we could use this and the other one in combination, I think. Yeah. They kind of would snap together here. So that's the idea for that. So let's see. I think I want to combine them for that, then cut them apart again. Okay, this could cause problems, but yeah, here this definitely could cause problems. But doesn't need to be perfect for this stage, so it's okay. Yeah, this is definitely an issue. Because if I combine these, so basically take this. Oh, yeah, okay, it works, but I'm not sure if I can easily loop cut these. No, I can't. Because of the end guns and stuff like that, and so damn it. So I might need to loop cut each of these faces on their own. And I can't loop cut this at all. Yeah, this here is slightly off. I mean, I can take the knife here and then combine these. That, but it's not really what I want for them. Okay, so what do I want for this? So I want this to be in the middle. So let's take this, do the snipping, then align them there. same on the other side. Let's see. We could just do this and then it cuts here. I also need to go down here and add that. Okay, edit. Cut in there, that's good. Let's see. Should be able to add a loop cut in here, right? Nope. Okay, we get one here. Maybe that's enough. Nope. That's an issue. Why did it do that? Okay. Now it works. What's this? Am I still there? Because the chat just had problems with connections. doubles. Try those and okay. Let's see, we should be able to select all these. Nope. Okay, now I have all of them. Oh, this is still not graphic. That's why it looked so strange. Okay, let's see, we have this. This piece here. And here we can, come on. Can dissolve a few edges here because we don't need those. Wait. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I think this down here I will keep because I want to add something down here as well. But okay, let's select all these and see what we get from that. We get a lot of issues. Why the hell do we get those issues? Oh, that's why. Okay, I could keep it, I could leave it at this, or I could close it off. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. So I could close this off here. I would need to have I would need to have a cut up there and cut down here, but the rest I can dissolve. Okay. So I need to fix these pieces here. And I need to add a cut there, so let's create that cut, and then add a little cut here. Okay. So now I can get the floor back. Okay. Snap that there, because that's the outer wall. And let's change the origin here to there. And snap that piece there. Origin is there. Okay, so this is our outside wall, and this would be the inside wall, which I don't have yet. Okay. So let's export those pieces out. And this is my wall. Even though oh, here, wall outside. already have pieces for that. This is wall inside. Okay, house pieces. And those two. Re-import those. And let's see if I'm using them correctly already. I doubt it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So let's see. No, not here. Here. Hello. How are you? Thank you for the follow. That's Torquesa, I think. Sorry if I butchered the name. So this would be yes, I'm fine as well. It's a bit warm here, that's why I'm kind of slow and bit off in some ways, but apart from that, should be fine. So let's select our wall piece here. Let's just select the outside wall first and then yeah. Let's compile this. And see if it fixes our wall pieces here. At least the normal walls. Okay, so these are in the right place. That's good. Offline and online games. You have a connection to a server for online games, and for multiplayer games and stuff like that, you need to have a server that is running, and then you have clients that connect to that server. That's for multiplayer stuff, online games. For offline games or single player games in most cases, you don't need the server connection. You just create the game and people install it on their machines and it's done basically. If you want to have online features in your single player game, you need to still use kind of a server connection somehow in your game. Yeah, there are different builds, I think, for your game. You have a server build that does different things than the client build, and yes, you code it accordingly. I haven't done any server and client stuff yet. I only most yeah, I only work on single player games so far, and this game is single player as well. So I can't help you there. There are other streamers that do online stuff, and they can probably help you more than I can. So sadly, not my expertise. Basically, no clue how this works and what you need to set up. From what I think it is happening is, like I said, they make a connection to a server, and the server is then sending data between them. No. The thing is, that's something you definitely cannot do, because you need to design your game from the beginning as a multiplayer game or an online game, or a single player game, offline game. If you want to add online features to a previously offline game, it's a ton of work that you need to add in. And in most cases, it's too much work to do, and people don't want to do that. If they design the game and think at some point I want to have online features in my game, then it is designed like that from the start. Otherwise, like I said, it's a ton of work to change the whole thing. So if I wanted to add online features to my game at some point, it would be a pain. But I don't want to do that. It's supposed to be a single player game, and that will never change. And I don't need any online features for it, so I don't need to change that part, basically. Oh, there's something off here. Oh yeah, these pieces are off, so need to fix those. And the wall pieces here. Okay. I need to change the way these are created. So if we have the wall here, I'm flipping that. Yes, that's true. But for a single player game, it's less important than for a multiplayer game. If you have some kind of that's the thing. If you have a single player game with some kind of high score, for instance, if you have a racing game that's for some reason single player, but you do have a high score, then you have a server connection for that high score, basically. It's basically just sending a number. and in most cases that's not that much work. But it's a bit strange that you have a racing game that doesn't have multiplayer. So it's always a bit strange. Why is it not a multiplayer game if it has features like that? For me, at least. Oh, let's see. What am I doing here? Oh, okay, so here I'm adding in the offset that I don't need. Yeah, I think I don't need the offset here. Just need to add the proper position for the piece there. Okay, this. What is this doing? Okay, it's just flipping that. So what is happening when we flip this? So north is south, west, east is west, south is north, and west is east. So that's okay. These here I'm not using. I think I can just remove them from the orientation because I'm not. Yeah, I will build pieces for that and not have the rotation in there. So let's change that data set there. Buildings, procedural buildings, and house data. That's the rotation type, yes. So we don't need this. We don't need that. That. And don't need that. Save that. And then we have a lot of changes in here, but looks like it just took the changes here and work with them. Okay, in this case we have values we don't need. So you might have more like that, so let's see, yes. Let's remove those. Okay, let's compile this again. And I think they should be all, at least I hope. Okay. Okay, so that piece works. Let's see. Why do we have an offset like this in there? Probably the same here, right? Yeah, same issue here. So let's see. So it's on setting the wall transform. There, okay. So what's happening here? So here we get the calculation for coordinates, and then the angle is different here. So this should just be the same coordinate. There's something strange here. Because this should be correct, but it's not setting the walls at the right point, so let's check the set interior walls. Okay, so here we set all this. Okay, this is the exterior data, and we're putting that in here. So the exterior walls work. What's the problem here? One wall should be there, and it is connected, right? Yes. Hello. How are you? My French is really bad, so you don't want me trying to speak French. Definitely not. My English is a bit better, so I will continue speaking English. So sadly, you need to deal with that. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. Set interior wall types. Oh, I know what the issue is. Haha. Okay. So I need to copy this. Basically. Because I need one for the interior and one for the exterior. The data that we put in here is different. So let's see. Yes, I can show you a bit of in-game here. The game is an exploration adventure game, and think kind of old school point and click adventure games, but in first person perspective, kind of thrown into an open world. So you basically walk around, talk to people. Do have a quest that you can follow. You do have an inventory with items that you can use in game, and some of them you can combine. At some point there will be a brewing system where you can brew stuff, but you need to find recipes for that and learn them in your inventory. And at the moment it's mostly walking around. So but it's not just a walking simulator, it's a bit more than that. And since my houses are broken at the moment, none of the characters can walk out of this. This is the guard we were supposed to talk to. But at the moment, my houses are broken, like I said. And that symbol in the lower right corner is happening every time you find a new location in the game. Then you get a new new journal entry here. For instance, we found the market square, and then there's a bit of flavor text for the market square or the East Gate. Kind of what the character is seeing at that moment is written down into the journal. Nightbot only reacts on high. Nothing more. And it's also just using high. My vegetation pack is the... let me check, I think it's low poly. Let's see, low poly foliage forest pack. That's the one. And I created those shrooms here myself. But the rest is the foliage pack. I mean, it's a big world, and I might switch them out to other trees at some point. And the grass is something different. Let's see. What am I using for the grass? Let's see. Okay, that's foliage. Oh yeah, this is free thing you can download. The low poly foliage forest pack? No, I think it's $20 or so. $20. But there are free assets you can get. Let me check the links here. I can send you a link where you can get free stuff for Unreal Engine. Let's see, where do I have it? Let's see. Oh, damn it, this is really old stuff here. Where did I put that? Oh, it's in the wrong folder. I'm just going through my bookmarks at the moment and try to find that link. So bear with me for a moment. Let's see. This one. Yes, it's this one. There you go. That's Unreal for resources that are free or samples of bigger packs. And I think the list is updated if new stuff comes out. So I'm not doing this list myself. It's just something I found on my own. Oh, that was linked at some point somewhere. Yes, free loot. And I think the grass is from one of the foliage packs in here on this free side. Some of this here, and I don't think I changed anything on it. Yeah, it's this foliage pack here. This is my grass that I'm using. You get also trees on it and a lot of different stuff that's quite useful to start out with. Other stuff that you can use is all the samples in Unreal Engine, in the Learn section, in tutorial sections and stuff like that. And the free assets you can also use for your games. So if you go to the Learn section here and start out with any of these projects, you can you need to check for each of them. There might be a documentation that tells you how you can use them. If you can fully use them commercially, I'm not 100% sure. But I think most of them you can. And then on the marketplace, there's also free stuff. For instance, all these characters here you can use in your game. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is that you can use the characters in your game, but only if you stay on Unreal Engine. If you switch the engine at some point, you're no longer allowed to use them in other engines. I think that's the thing with the Paragon assets here. And I think all of the assets you can get in the marketplace here. Some cases the authors allows usage in other engines, but you need to ask stuff like that. For instance, my stuff here, I used an asset pack by someone called 3D Forge, or a company called 3D Forge. And I asked them if I could use them in Unreal Engine, because they were selling them on the Unity asset store, and they said it's okay. So you need to ask for permission for that, not just do it. But I'm I kind of removed most of it by now. I think I'm using furniture from that pack, but for instance the bed here and the furniture in the brewery is still from that pack, but I'm creating my own tables and my own furniture at some point, and will replace all this because the dimensions are not quite right and there are other small issues with them. Okay, I just saw that it's quite late already, which means I have to stop. Not just that I want to stop because I'm tired, but I have to stop because I need to get up quite early tomorrow again and go to work. So, see you then. But I will, not then. But I will be back tomorrow evening, and then I will continue working on this. So there will be more fixes for the modular assets that I created and stuff like that tomorrow. So see you then. Bye bye.